So for you Nats fans, here are some really cool commemorative items that you can purchase at FOCO in the links below because I know this is awesome. I'm going to get some myself because, well, like I said, for the time capsule enthusiast, the Washington Nationals beat the Houston Astros 6-2 in Game 7 of the World Series for the club's first World Series title ever. That's a hell of a finish for a team that began 1931 for its first 50 games, but they had juice. They had kids with the sauce at shortstop and in left field, Trey Turner and Juan Soto. They had a manager with dracaris in his belly and Dave Martinez, and they had that old man strength at the plate. The Nats roster better resembled a bunch of roughnecks and tankies and carpenters and roofers that looked ready to face the Tulsa Biscuits for the men's league title rather than a ball club who would make like Office Space and beat down the team that the computer wore tennis shoes built. Here's the roster that the ageist hate. Anthony Rendon is 29. Adam Eaton and Patrick Corbin are 30. Steven Strasburg is 31. Anibal Sanchez, Ryan Zimmerman, and Max Scherzer are 35. Kurt Suzuki and Howie Kendrick are 36. And Fernando Rodney is 42. But in a Nats uniform, these men turn into a bunch of Disney superheroes in tights. I mean, Scherzer and Strasburg called more lightning than Thor in Wakanda, talking about, bring me Thanos. With 336 games won dating back to the start of the 2017 season, the Stros are the winningest squad in baseball history over a 3-year span. They won 100 regular season games in each of those years, including a Major League best 107 in 2019 during the regular season, which meant they possessed what we'd all call home field advantage. And yes, time capsule enthusiasts, this is the first time in major American sports that all 7 games in the series were won by the visitors, and the Nats are the first to win 4 on the road. It would only take, more than 670 World Series games played dating back to 1903 since that has happened, even as the 7-game series format began in 1905. But then there's this. No team in baseball won more games at home this season than the Stros. What I'm saying is the Nats are like the 31-year-old divorcee at the housewarming that went home wrecking, but for real, seriously. Here's the math on home field advantage according to research performed by Major League Baseball. Entering this year, home teams have won 55% of the time in the World Series, about the same rate as, during the regular season. The World Series title, though, has been won by the team with home field advantage only 49% of the time. Then there's this chestnut from the New York Times. In the early years of the World Series, the home team was picked randomly, or by coin flip, with the adoption of the 2-3-2 format in 1924, with some exceptions. Home field advantage generally alternated between leagues each year until 2003. After the 2002 All-Star Game ended in a tie, Bud Selig tried to add a little bit more significance to the midseason exhibition by giving the winning league home field advantage during the World Series. That practice ended with the 2017 season, and the team with the best regular season record has earned the right to home field advantage in the postseason ever since. Now, that year, the Dodgers won it, and they hosted Game 7 of the World Series in Los Angeles against, you guessed it, the Houston Astros. Symmetry. We love symmetry. And the Nats, they're the oldest team in baseball who lost the best player in baseball this side of Mike Trout to a Brinks truck fleet of money in free agency. A 33-year-old reliever in Sean Doolittle knew his team was not supposed to make the playoffs, let alone win the whole damn thing. He said, according to the smart people in the room, you can't win games like that anymore. You need young, athletic, controllable talent. Let the Viejos play, baby. Viejos, tribuelos, because the Nats became the oldest team to ever win the title with an average age of 30.9. And Los Abuelos brought those molcajetes cornflower tacos to the plate, lifted the lumber like a wooden spoon in the dad bod, and said, I'm here to eat. 29-year-old Anthony Rendon crushed a Zach Greinke offering in the 7th into the Crawford boxes on a night where Greinke looked, like the ghost of Greg Maddux out there pitching, and this is Halloween, so that fits. 36-year-old Howie Kendrick walked to the box like he'd summoned the power of 10,000 old-timers like a baseball woo assassin and punked Will Harris with a I wrote that. And punked the Will Harris pitch Bill in the pulpy part of Minute Maid. I'm such a goob. Stros fans everywhere wanted to turn that glass of orange juice into a screwdriver, mostly because they, like you, wanted to know why Will Harris was not Garrett Cole. AJ Hinch, man, simply said what it was a decision he'd have to live with, just like the folks drinking pity party punch who feel stupid showing up to work in a Stros jersey today. And the 30-year-old omens are deeper than 41 Ronin. I'm so cheesy. Washington endured a 33-year hiatus from a Major League Baseball. from a second Senators franchise to part 1972 because of Texas Rangers. Nationals filled the void when they left Montreal, changed their name to the Expos, and moved into RX. God, this has gone off the rails. Now, all right, cool. Ted Lerner spearheaded the group that would bring the Expos to DC. He's 94 years old. He was a year old the last time a Washington baseball franchise won the World Series. Because of this, the Nats team we got folks rooting for the federal government. We've got suits on K Street belting out Baby Shark on their morning commute. Some of them don't even bother with the suit, just running through the city Benjamin Banneker built, no shame, yelling Ryan Zimmerman's name. And how about the Glimmer Man? He's endured 100 lost seasons. He's played for 8 managers and watched the game supernovas come and go. Bryce Harper, anybody. He'd been to the playoffs before, and he'd seen his chance at a title get torched worse than Steven Seagal's career. The Glimmer Man has been cooked for about, half a decade and played just 52 regular season games this year. He knew, like we knew, he was in the final year of his 6-year, $100 million contract, and there wasn't a chance in hell that the Nats are going to pick up his $18 million option for 2020. And since that's his reality, let it be known, Mr. National went out clutching an infinity stone. As for the Stros, you're 4-1 favorites to win the 2020 World Series. But, let's just hope you don't play 4 games at home. This was great and awful all at the same time.